Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Report. This is the final series or the final episode of the series, Who's on First? Um, it's going to be the giants of the rest of this century. We've counted down from 10. We've looked at the contenders, we've analyzed the builders. Now we arrive at the top. Not the hopefuls, not the maybes, but the giants. And they are the countries that won't just influence the future, they will define it. And here's a truth that most people don't want to admit. The world of 2100 or 2100 won't be multipolar chaos. It will be shaped by a handful of dominant systems. And today we are going to name them. At number 3, India. We're calling India the workforce of the world. India is the future, well, on paper, and increasingly in reality. India has something no other country has to offer at this scale. People. Young people. Not young people like in Niger, but young people like working age people who are ambitious because that's part of the culture. By mid-century, India will have the largest workforce on earth. And that matters because production follows people. Innovation also follows people. And growth follows people. But here's the deal. India has always had potential. The question has never been, can India rise? The question's always been, can India organize? Because scale without structure just becomes chaos. India must do 3 things. They must build infrastructure. They must maintain political stability. And they must manage internal diversity. And all 3 of those things have historically been a challenge for India. But if it does, they become unstoppable. India has the people. Now it just needs the system. At number 2, and you're probably not surprised by this, will be China. China, we're going to call it the engine of the world. China is not rising. China has risen. And for the past 30 years, China has been the factory of the world. Everything that you touch, this is a battery for my Zoom, for my Ring. Everything you touch, if you look at it, it will say made in China, as that does. Everything you look at. It's the factory of the world. Everything, everywhere, all at once. China built something unprecedented. A coordinated industrial machine at national scale. Infrastructure? Yes. Manufacturing? Most definitely. Supply chains? They have a stranglehold. Think about this. During COVID, when the United States was forcing everybody in the world, everybody to mask up, the masks and the COVID both came out of the same country. Just saying. Which talks about their export dominance. Now, here's where it gets weird for China. China's strength is also its vulnerability. We talked about another country like that earlier in the series, where, the same thing that makes them strong is the same thing that may cause them a problem. China's strength is centralized control by the CCP. They have the opposite of what India has. They have an aging population. And with that, you get slowing of growth. Now, China has built the system. And with an aging population, they have to find a way to maintain it. Because when a system this large slows down at all, it's felt by the entire world, especially the developing countries. Because when a system, this large, again, it slows down, everybody feels it. Here's the deal. China built the machine. Now it has to keep it running. And at number one, the United States. It's the system that runs the world. Let me say that again. It's the system that runs the world. Number one. And here's where people get uncomfortable. Well, actually, a lot of Americans get uncomfortable. A lot of U.S. citizens get uncomfortable with the idea, just the idea that the U.S. is running the world. They have, I don't know, they don't like that for some reason. And it's because the United States is not perfect. Far from it. But here's the truth. Here's the reality. No other country combines what the U.S. has. We have the global financial system, the dollar, at least in the meantime, as a reserve currency, the innovation engine, Silicon Valley, the military reach, which is a global projection. We still have the biggest, baddest military on the planet. And why is that important? Because when England had the biggest, baddest military on the planet, that small island ran the world. Let's just be real. And cultural influence. Everybody wants to be us. Our media, our language, our ideas, our clothing, our fashion, our everything U.S. Right? The United States doesn't just participate in the system. The United States is the system. For the good or the bad. The U.S. is the good. And we have our competitors. Even our competitors operate within the framework we've helped create. Now, yes, there are challenges. We do have political division. We do. And the debt, which we have done a video on, is crushing. And there's always cultural tension, always. Because of the demographic makeup of the U.S., there's always going to be cultural tension, always. But none of that stuff is going to replace the fundamentals. And the fundamentals still say the U.S. sets the rules. The United States doesn't just play the game. We define it. Okay, now that you've seen the full picture, from 10 to 1, the quiet contenders, the power builders, and now the giants. What it all comes down to is this. The future won't belong to the country with the most people. It won't belong to the country with the most resources. It will belong to the country that can organize power most effectively. That's the difference. That's the edge. That's the century. This is the Morning Report. And now you know who's on first. Yes. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.